Greetings and welcome to another video. It's Sunday, 25th of May 2020. It's Bank Holiday Monday. And welcome back to Ironbridge. We're starting this video in the exact same spot where we just finished previous video today. And that view is absolutely gorgeous. Absolutely stunning. So, let's carry on. We're here at this bench in memory of William Trevor Ball, 1937 to 2005. He loved this place. That's a beautiful bench, that is. And I can't think of a better place to put a bench like this in memory of William Trevor Ball. I don't know who you are, sir. I never met you, but you've got a fantastic memorial right here. So we've got immediately behind this bench, we've got a footpath. Which takes you to Bethnal Hall. Back that way. But we're not going that way today. Maybe another day in a future video. I don't know. We'll see. Now here we are at Patton's Rock Quarry View. To be exact, and that is going to be one of the most outstandingly beautiful views I've ever seen anywhere in Telford. Didn't know this place existed until today. Going back that way, well, we've just come from that way in our previous video. And going back that way will take us back to Ironbridge, and there's a couple of paths that split off that take us to Broseley, which I might explore in future videos. We'll see how it goes. But what we're going to do instead is continue to follow the red arrow down this path here. Now these look like a rather steep flight of steps, to be honest. So it's a good thing I'm going down the steps instead of coming up them. But it's going to be good. Very, very good to explore this way. Let's carry on. I think from this point onwards, if we're lucky enough to get a clearing in the trees, we might see some gorgeous views of the surrounding countryside here in Ironbridge. I'm not too sure if that's going to be the case, because I've not been this way before. This is the first time I've explored this path. But it would be good to find out and see how it turns out. But there's only one way to find out. And that's to follow the path this way. Enjoying this. It's quite peaceful going this way. And we've got another bench to sit on to have a rest at if you so wanted to. And it's a well placed bench as well. Just look at that view, it's gorgeous. I don't know the name of that church down there in front of us, but that looks like a gorgeous church. I could be wrong, but I suspect we're looking down at Coldbrookdale now. Maybe. But that's an amazing, gorgeous view. Nice one. Another steep flight of steps going down and to the left. Let's see where it goes. So we're further down the staircase now, for lack of a better way to describe it. Some of these steps are somewhat shallow, others are nice big size steps, so mind your footing in either case. And as you can see, you've got these sidebars along the edge of a path, so you can like hold on to something to keep steady if you so wanted. Looks like we've got a fair way to go down these steps, but I'm looking forward to explore. It's very peaceful around here. Very peaceful. Very, very beautiful. Right, the path in front of this is continuing to go downhill now, and it might start to be smoothing out a little bit. I don't know. We'll soon see. But I'm guessing it may not be long before we start getting back to the main path. Maybe. We'll soon find out, but I'm looking forward to it. This is really nice. Well, it's starting to look like the path is starting to a little bit zigzag, maybe. Not by much, only a very mild zigzag, as you can see in front of you. But yeah, at least we're starting to go downhill this time. That's going to be good. As you can see, these steps, this woodland staircase, is now turning around to the right. And we're now carrying on that way. It's going to be good. I'm looking forward to finding out where this leads to. Well, I suspect I know where it leads to, if I remember what the map said at the start of this video. But it's always good to find out for yourself, isn't it? Okay, so we're now here at the bottom of the staircase. We've got another bench going on. We've got a gate over there. Got a signpost. Now, Bethnal Hall we can get to by following that path there. But we're not going that way. Maybe in another video, in a future video. But we'll see how it goes, to be honest. Right, we've got a sign going to Patton's Rock, which by the looks of it, Patton's Rock is back up the steps we've just come down. So we're not going to go that way, because, well, we've just come from that way. Alright, we've got a path in front of us, going that way. And according to the signpost, that's the SVW route. I don't know what that means. I've never heard of the SVW route before. Might be worth exploring in another direction. Well, on another day in the future. Maybe make another video about it. I don't know. We've got a few signs here. Now, according to the signpost, back that way, which takes you toward Bethnal Hall, is a public footpath following the yellow arrows. Also is the Shropshire Way following the falcon bird symbol, and also the Shropshire Way main route following basically the orange sign there, all going in that direction toward Bethnal Hall. But we're not going that way today, as I just said. Instead, we're following the red sign, the red arrow, back toward Ironbridge, which is through that gate. And by the looks of it, the public footpath, the yellow arrow, the Shropshire Way and the Shropshire Way main route, they all point in the same direction as the red sign going back toward Ironbridge. So yeah, let's carry on this way. It would be really good and worthwhile exploring some of those other footpaths, especially the one we saw earlier on going to the Rosalie. But that'll have to wait for another day, to be honest here. In the meantime, let's head on along this path back toward Ironbridge. I'll be honest, I'm really enjoying this. Today's been a really good day to go exploring, especially doing what I'm doing now and exploring a path I've never been along before. Definitely worth the effort today. And to be honest, I'm also glad I've split it into two separate videos today. That was a good idea. And the Quarry View as well. That spot where I started this video and ended my previous video today. That was an absolutely gorgeous, gorgeous place. I've said already made a note of what the sign said, that the route we're on takes 2.5 hours to complete. I'm not surprised, to be honest. I reckon that a big part of why it takes so long is all those steps we were going up and down and the hills we were climbing in my previous video today exploring this route, as opposed to this path is seemingly, well, mostly smooth and straightforward at the moment. So yeah, but however it translates, whichever part of the route is actually the longest or the shortest, the quickest or the slowest part of the route, it's still a good time worth spent, I'd say. Definitely worthwhile doing this route. I'm starting to suspect this stretch of path is somewhat longer than I anticipated. Wouldn't be surprised if that's the case. Hard to judge exactly how far I walked with all those steps I did. But let's see how let's see how this pans out. I'm starting to see on my left there's a path down there which looks like it runs parallel to the River Severn. I can actually see the River Severn through the trees. And yeah, I suspect I know what that path is. It's part of the other route mentioned on the map we saw at the start of the previous video today. And I'm hoping that this path we're on here will eventually connect to that path down there. But we'll soon see. See how it pans out, and hopefully it'll be soon it all connects up. Do we have another bridge, another set of steps? Okay, when you get to this point, obviously because of this branch, mind your heads. If you're tall, then, well, duck. We got some steps here, so when you get to this point, especially when you're coming down the path like I'm doing now, be careful of where you're putting your feet, so you don't want to trip over because the steps are not very clear. Yeah, just be careful as you're walking up and down this section of the path basically. Okay, looks like just after this gap in the fence, the path splits again. Right, the path turns right down that way. It also turns left here. We've got indication of the public footpath here. But as you can see, this main signpost has been knocked over. Bridge bank, Ironbridge via SVW. So, because that's on the ground, it's hard to guess which way is which. Now, that sign says Bridge Bank. I could be wrong, but I'm going to guess Bridge Bank is in that direction. While on the other hand, Ironbridge via SVW, that sign, I'm gonna guess goes that way. Well, what we're gonna do is gonna keep things simple and straightforward, and I'm gonna go over there to the left. I'm not going to explore that way, not today. Maybe another day. Simply, I don't know. So yeah, what we are going to do is go this way instead. Now, I don't know where that way leads to. Again, I'm going to guess it leads toward the Ironbridge power station. I could be wrong, but that's what I think. One way or the other, I'm going to explore that way another day, I think. Maybe make another video about that. In the meantime, we're going to head on this way. Which I guess leads back to Ironbridge. There we go, this brick wall here. Right. Okay, we're on a bridge at the moment. And this bridge overlooks the path we didn't go down. So yeah. So the path we did not go down goes, well, in those directions and beneath our feet. Which means over here, yeah, the path comes out down there. And over in front of us is Corbrookdale and the River Severn. But we're not going to go down there. Instead, we're going to stick to this path. And I'm guessing that we made the right choice coming this way, following the that signpost we saw that's basically on its back, fallen over. By the looks of it, the red arrow, the quarry sign we've been following, is in fact this way. And in fact, yeah, it is, because I've just noticed something. If you remember yesterday, we were here. A glimpse into the workings of a lime kiln. And if you remember in yesterday's video, this is the start of the Bower lime kiln path, where you follow the blue arrows, which is what we did yesterday. So that's really linked up very nicely indeed, to be honest. Wasn't expecting that. And Bridge Bank is up that way, according to the signpost in front of us. Nice one. I really like the way that's all linked together. So what that means is we just continue on this path here for a bit. As I said already, I'm really glad I did this today. I'm really glad I explored this part of Ironbridge. It's really worth exploring. I would recommend that if you've not done so already, and if you're able to do so, especially with all those steps in mind, to be honest. But if you're able to do so, when you've got the time to spare, definitely explore all this way. It's worth the effort. At least in my opinion, it's worth the effort anyway. And here we are. On our right is the start of all those steps that we explored today in these two videos. And as already mentioned, up those steps, the path divides to take you onto Broseley. At two separate points, the path divides to take you to Broseley. In a future video, in the next couple of weeks or so, I think I'll come back and make a video exploring that path all the way to Broseley. We'll see how it goes, but it would be worth doing at some point. I don't know when I'll do it, but it would be worth doing. So yeah. In the meantime, let's carry on back this way. There in front of us is the bridge with a footpath across that we explored yesterday. Now, if we were to continue on this path here, that will take us back to the picnic area, and so will this way. We explored part of this way in yesterday's video. And down there is Bower Yard picnic area. And we're just going to come along this way. And as we explored that way, as you can see with a blue arrow, that way takes you back along the Bower Lime Kiln walk, which is only 1 kilometre long and takes you 40 minutes to complete. But we did that route yesterday. So we're going to continue on this way. So yesterday we did the Bowers Yard Lime Kiln walk. Today we did the Patton's Rock Quarry walk. And in the next few days I think we'll do the Severn Valley walk, which is 2.5 kilometres and an hour long, that one. So yeah. So here we are. Back where we started today's adventure. And yes, Thank you all for watching today's videos. I do appreciate it. Seriously, I do. Hope you all take care, be safe, and I'll see you all soon in my next video. Thank you and goodbye.